What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sharpen Your Sword Podcast, episode 36. Today's episode is the round table, okay? For those that have been following us, you guys know with the round table, I bring on a few of my good friends, and we talk about random topics that are going on in the world, random debates that we have between each other, and we kind of just have a good fun session with each other, and it kind of gives you guys something to listen to our minds about, okay? So, like always, guys, I appreciate your support. Thanks for all the support that you give Sharpen Your Sword Podcast. It helps us out a lot, especially as a new podcast. So, thank you so much. Please give us, shares, likes, comments on our videos and our episodes. That will also help grow the podcast, okay? Today on episode 36, I have the podcast engineer. It's been a while since we've had him on, but Nate Millican with Millican Creative. He's the one that set this whole thing up. And, of course, he comes in and starts tweaking things because I'm always jacking things up. But he's on the show. What's up, Nate?
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And we have the number one co-host in the world, Jovani Jimenez.
Hey.
And we have the Vietnamese jiu-jitsu guy, Ben Nguyen.
You say God or guy?
Guy. I ain't calling him a god, boy. You ain't that good.
Jiu-jitsu master.
You're not even that. All right, guys. So, what are we going to start with? Take your big head out of the camera, boy. He got it in your camera.
My camera?
So, we're going to let Gio, what do you got for us? Should we go ahead and start with the one that we had the other day?
I say let's go ahead and start.
So go ahead.
So we were arguing the other day about we started arguing about pretty much comes down to bloodline and can you stay loyal to who your partner is or you should stay loyal to your bloodline. And so but the question is if a wife and a son can't get along, who should the husband side with? The woman he chose or the son he raised? But it was actually this time it was the woman. So let's say the woman has a stepdad, right? She has a husband. She remarried. It's a husband, and she has a child. And then that kid, and then the stepdad just cannot get along. They're always butting heads. They're always clashing. I said the lady should choose her husband and kick the son out. And Mo was saying that you got to choose bloodline first. And we had many reasons to argue. I would say she should kick the kid out,
So, guys, obviously, we don't have any kids right now, minus Nate Millican. But I don't know how we got to this topic, but we got to it the other night. And Gio goes, like, man, maybe the kid is just being an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the kid is just being bad. And he should listen to his, future stepdad or whatever it is, And I was like, man, yeah, I get it, but that's what happens in those kind of instances. Like, usually, you see rebellious kids. When a breakup happens or a boy gets to listen to another father figure that's not his dad, he's going to be rebellious. Now, is that a good excuse? No, not necessarily, right? But anyway, we got to the point where we talked about who gets to stay in the house, pretty much. Like, what if the mom kicks the kid out of the house and said, no, I'm going to be with this guy? Or if you were in that shoe, like you're the father, you have a son, and you got a new lady, not his mother, not your original wife, okay? Another lady, okay? And they can't get along. They cannot get along. They're tearing each other up. They're always arguing. They're always fighting. There's no neutral ground. So we took it to the extreme. Gio took it to the extreme. Like, there's no neutral ground, okay? Who do you pick? Do you pick your own blood, or do you pick another piece of tail that there's so many women out there that may be even better for your child? Like, there's so many women out there, but like, I'm not gonna throw my child away for a woman that's not his mother. That's what I'd say.
Granted, you married this woman, by the way. You're married. She's not your girlfriend.
Okay, she's a stepmom.
Like, you're married.
All right, so I'm thrown into the scenario is I'm married. So we got to flip it around because my son has lived with me full time. So
exactly.
It's the same scenario, but we're just twisting it from me to I'm married to a woman that's not my son's mother.
That's not his mom. Who do you pick? Your son, or do you pick the new wife, his stepmom.
Yeah, it's really simple. There's nothing that'll keep me away from my son, regardless of the scenario. I mean, so if I'm with a woman or a wife that doesn't understand that, then I guess we're just gonna divorce. You know, I mean that's maybe not the answer Gio was looking for. Yeah. But no, you're gonna go through stuff, especially in like are we talking about a teenager like the one I have? I mean, he's moody and he gets in his little fits, but there's nothing that's gonna make me choose someone that's not bloodline.
That's what I say.
So this is my argument. So I'm saying, so the perspective over here is from a woman, right? So it's the woman, and the child, she's usually married, right? My argument is, the kid is very hard-headed, doesn't want to get along.
Sure.
And the women need security. Let's say if she chooses the son over the husband, this is her husband. This is who she chose they're going to be with.
I remember how we got to this. I don't mean to cut you off. Because we did talk. I see where you're coming from now. We talked about if you died, right?
Yeah.
We said, okay, if my wife, if I have a wife and I passed away, and it's her and our son, and now this guy, she brings another guy in the family. Does she go for security with this new guy? Or did she throw her son in the trash? Still, F the guy, bro. Like,
no, bro.
Still, screw the guy. You don't throw your kid away, bro. No. It does not matter what. You do not throw your own blood. That's your blood.
No, I mean, in that scenario, there's no father. So the stepdad is filling this new role. He needs to understand there's to be a line of communication with him and the wife about how to parent the kid. And if the mom doesn't like how the dad's parenting the kid, then the mom should side with the kid. I agree with Mo on that.
Yeah. So let's say these two people just cannot coexist, right? Egos butt heads. So this is my thing. I think for the woman. So the woman, if she chooses the kid, right? Okay, had a husband, throws him away, right? Okay, then the kid is going to grow up. He's young. We're talking about a kid 17, 18, 19, 20. He's going to grow up. He's going to be a young person. He's going to go live his own life. So she lost her security of another man that's going to take care of her, right? As a woman, right? And the kid is going to go live his life. And I think it's selfish for the mom to expect for the kid to take care of her because she got her own man to take care of her. When she's old, yeah, the kid will do it. But, you know, here in America, in most countries, kids are not really going to, they're going to want to live their own life. They want their own responsibilities. They don't want to be
my kid taking care of his
babysitting you.
But kids also remembers like what the parents do to them as their kids. So if the mother leave the kid's going to feel resentment towards that mother and then end up leaving her, right? And then if the mother chooses a kid over the father, right, the kid's going to learn a lesson like, oh, dang, this is loyalty. And it's going to don't take that for granted and then take care of the mother even if she doesn't want to.
I have kind of a cool childhood story on that very subject. So my parents divorced when I was 9. It was an ugly divorce. My dad remarried, my mom remarried, and so I both households that I was in was like I had stepbrothers or stepsister, and then like a new dad, a new mom, and then the stepdad would always try to treat me. He tried to parent me. Well, I had that attitude of like, well, I've got a dad. I don't need another one. So you just like I leave you alone, you leave me alone, kind of thing. Well, that situation always comes to a head. So one day it did. I was probably 17, 18, and we butted heads, and he was like, you can just leave. And he's like, leave everything here that belongs to me and your mother. And I was like, all right, fine. I threw cell phone on the table, took my T-shirt off, put on like a buddy's T-shirt, you know, and all that stuff. And I was like, whatever. And I just drove off. I left because the truck was my dad's, so he didn't own that. And it took my mom, you know, like 12 hours or something to find me. I wasn't running away. I just went. I was with friends. I was just gone. And then she comes and picks me up, begs me to get in the vehicle with her. And I'm like, no. And she's like, trust me, get in the car with me. Drives me into Millington, comes down to like a nice gated community and pulls up beside a house and was like, I just bought that house. And it had a for sale sign, had a sold sign underneath it. Within 12 hours, she bought a house and she was like, I'm not going to let another person stand between me and my kid, so this is what we're doing.
Man, you better make me cry.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I felt terrible because that wasn't like what I was intending to do. I didn't intend to split up a marriage, but she saw it. She was like, this is not gonna end well, and I don't want to put a wedge between myself and my son. So, yeah. I didn't mean to make you cry, Mo. Sorry about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, most sensitive, I told you.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Like, for me, that's what blood is, right? Like, at the end of the day, for me, blood, like, I don't give a damn what it is. I'm not picking something that's not blood over my blood. That's the way I was raised, right? And you look back in the day, you know what they did over bloodline, bro? They would kill everybody over bloodline. Everybody that came to touch the bloodline, they would kill them. They would chop their heads. And me personally, I'm not gonna say kill, right? It's not a good word to use in 2025. I will fight every single person that will touch my bloodline. Every single person. It doesn't matter who it is. If it was me, you know, being a young man and hey, I don't get to get married because somebody keeps butting head with my kids, guess what? I'm picking my kid every single damn time. Every damn time, I'm gonna pick my kid every time.
Yeah.
You know, and so imagine like, and this is also, let me give you my perspective, because like my culture is very different from like American culture, right? I was born here, but I have my parents, I'm Arab, my parents are Palestinian, I'm Palestinian, right? So like in our culture, old tradition, if the husband dies, okay, the mother, the wife, she doesn't go, like, it does still happen, don't get me wrong, like even back then it happened, but she doesn't just go off and remarry. She stays in her husband's house. She raises her kids in her husband's house. Mm-hmm. Or if they didn't have a house, because we do live together, like with our parents, we live with our parents, or my parents live with us. She would stay in the parents' house of her husband and raise their kids. She would not step out of the house and go get remarried. Yeah. Like, talk about, like, for us, that's like loyalty, pride, and honor, everything.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, of course, it's different over here. Of course, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, for me, like, with that in mind, hoping, like, that's what I have. You know, if it was in my shoes, I'm not going to give my kid up for a woman. And I hope that my wife would not give my kid up for a guy. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the way I look at it, man. Like, you cannot get that blood back.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well, I'm saying that you got just kick them out the house. Not necessarily like, oh, I'm choosing this person forever. We're not talking like.
But when you kick them out of the house, the truth is they ain't coming back.
Bro, I mean, you got to learn your whole lesson, bro. Like, it's, you got the lady's letting him know, in my life, I come first, then you come second. You know?
I think she's a bad mom.
I think
it's difficult.
I think as a parent, you need to put yourself first.
It makes more sense if a father leave their son over a woman, but a mother, I don't see that's like most proper mother would like choose their kids over the.
I think most mothers would, right? But I think in a selfish way, the mom needs to look out for her security. You'd be like, yeah, the son gonna take care of her. Most fortunate sons in this world are not gonna do that. You know.
That is true, though. But I think the idea, like, for me, is like, I live by principle, right? Principle is principle. Mm. Whether they do the right thing or not, I'm going to live by the code of, hey, that's my kid. Even if he looks back and says, F you, dad. As a dad, that's my full responsibility, no matter how he ends up acting. Now, I'm not encouraging him to be an asshole or be bad or rebellious, whatever, right? But the code on my behalf as a father is that's my kid. To the day we die, that's my kid. Okay? And so with the stats and all that, yeah, we do understand that most kids are probably going to say, with the issue like that, maybe, not I can't say most. It's not good for me to say most kids, but a high number are going to say, screw you, I'm going to live my life anyway, mom. And so she ends up with a shitty situation because she's not with that guy no more. She picked her son, and then her son at the end of the day said, screw you. You know what I mean? But, again, that's principle. That's just a code of honor, man. Like, you do not pick non-blood over blood. It's simple.
Who gonna wipe her ass when she's 60? The son is not gonna do it.
His goofy ass.
He ain't gonna do it.
His goofy ass ain't either. Her new husband probably ain't gonna do it. I'm telling you.
Who gonna pick her up when she fall? Like, she needs somebody in her house.
The nursing home.
At some point, he'll turn around.
He don't want his parents to the nursing home.
At some point, some age, he'll turn around and realize that his mom was the only person that really cared for him, and he'll feel guilty about being a little shit when he was younger. That's just my opinion.
Shit, it might happen when she's dead. You know, most people don't realize that till people die.
And I think if they leave them, you can forget about it. I think if you leave the child, I think it's gonna be so much harder to get that child back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good segue into what sharpen your sword is, in my opinion. Because with my son, I didn't even know this till the other day. We were riding in the truck, and he just out of nowhere was just like, "I'm scared of you," and I was just like, "Why?" Me and him, we have fun. We're basically like best friends than we are like father and son. But he sees my work ethic. He sees the things that like I do right. I do a lot of things wrong, but like he sees my drive, and it makes him want to do it. Like he falls in line with like, I want to be respectful. And he goes to church with me every Sunday now. Just things like that. Leading by example, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And that falls into Mo's, philosophy and all that. So keep your sword sharp. You know what I mean?
That's right. And I think there's no other way, man. Like it's just.
And that could go for the father and the mother. The mom can be just as disciplined and.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It
I
doesn't
agree.
have to be a.
I agree, but
father.
like, also probably for me, like the truth is, would you want to die knowing that your wife picked another dude? And I pray to God, please don't let this ever happen to me. But pick another damn dude over your own kid. Like this topic is just it's still like I'm still on 10 about this topic, you know? Or do you want if you're a wife, would you want to be like, man, my husband, I left this world with and my husband and my kids are left. And my husband left our kid for another woman. Like this is either side, mother or father. Like how would you feel? You just try to put that in your head. Knowing, you deep down inside, answer this truthfully. Like, would you want your wife picking your kid, but you're not on earth no more to take care of this kid? Pick a dude over your kid.
So if I put my pride and ego to the side, the reality of it is, right, of course, I'm going to be like, I don't want her banging nobody, and I want her crying every day about me, right? As a man, you want that. Every man wants that, right? You want that. You want her to be miserable without you. But the reality is, like, okay, she has to be selfish to look out for herself. She has to do that. Obviously, I'm not going to be happy about it, but she has to do what she got to do, you know?
So leave your child, your heir, leave your heir for another dude. The dude that's the boy that's gonna carry your last name.
Shit, I'm gonna have 12 of them, so no.
That's a cultural difference.
No, but look, obviously that's messed up, right? I would want her to do that, but if the reality is, if she looks out for herself, hey, I have respect for the fact that you can see what's best for you.
Dude, it's 2024.
You know,
bro. A woman is independent. They can look out for themselves.
They could do that, right? But if my son want to be hard-headed and he doesn't want to know how to compromise with his mom, then he got to learn his hard lesson and get kicked out the house.
He ain't compromising with his mom. He got to compromise with his new daddy.
Then if he wants to love his mom, he'll put things to the side to make her household peaceful.
Okay, but in this situation, okay, you talk about a teenager. Let's just say, pick a number.
Let's say 17.
17.
17's a good one.
That's not bad. It's still
Grace 16.
You know,
so that's
17 is still a good number. Okay, a grown man putting his mind with the 17-year-old. He can't shut the hell up and make it work. Doesn't matter what. Cause if he love her, if he truly love her, he gonna make it work, right?
Sure.
At the end of the day, he's gonna make it work. If he truly loves her, he will make it work, okay? If you say a 35-year-old or 17, at least 35 if you started early. Say 40. 40, realistic, right? Say 40, okay? A 40-year-old man, minimum, can't navigate and control and talk to and coexist with a 17-year-old. Shit.
He's not a man himself.
Or
there you go. He's not a man in my opinion. So he shouldn't be with her.
Yeah, and I know every scenario is different, but or work with the real father if he's still around in the picture. Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm just trying to think of a scenario, but
that's gonna take a lot of If I was in that situation, if I was a stepfather,
It does.
I'm like, hey,
And I would-
pride swallow.
Well, and I'll say when
Maturity, I say.
when my son's mother and I didn't work out, my focus, outside of being hurt and heartbroken and all that, my focus just went straight for my son. And she started dating other people, and that was at first you have that pride thing where you're like, he's not a better dad than me. He's not gonna. But then after a while, it's more about you need that relationship to be there so that you can sort of coexist and you get to see your kid more and stuff like that. But if there's like a scenario, this is just a scenario, it's not something that's ever happened, where if my son is over at their house and he locks the door to his room, but the stepdad has like we don't lock doors, or maybe my son's mom
I've heard of stuff like that too.
Yeah, like I don't want a locked door in my house. He's got a girl in there. I don't know what they're doing. Instead of like, this is just me personally, instead of bashing down the door or like screaming and hollering about it, reach out to me and be like, hey, like this is the rules that I have in my house. He's breaking them. Like, what can we do to get? I mean, it's a very mature thing to have to do. But then that's better. That's such a better scenario. Like, all right, I'll be over there in a minute. I'll be over there in 10 minutes. And I'll be like, then I'll kick the door down. I'll go in there and get him, and I'll get him. But there has to be communication and sort of a working relationship there to make all that work.
I feel like there's a lot of ego and pride that comes into this equation.
100%.
It makes a lot of most men don't want to act accordingly. You know, it's a tough pill to swallow.
Well, the breakup itself feels like, as competitive men, it feels like a loss on your record, right? Mm-hmm. And it does.
I don't feel like that no more.
Right. I mean, that comes with maturity, where you don't feel. But them first couple ones, especially your first love or something like that, she leaves you for another guy. It's like that's a loss on your record. You're like, nobody beats me.
Yeah, I was on a losing streak.
But look, like you said, talking about
he's a gateway fighter.
The man, think about it, a 35-year-old man, he gonna bite his tongue to a 17-year-old?
He better.
Like your pride is like, bro, I'm fucking 17-year-old, beat your tail, bro.
Out of respect for the woman you're with.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So if a 40-year-old man is butting heads with a 17-year-old man, 17-year-old young man, a kid. I think that he's a kid, right? A 17-year-old. Is that man, because there's something called emotional maturity, right? That most people don't have. If you look around, most people don't have emotional maturity. Like 100%, okay? So if this guy does not have emotional maturity at 40 years old, is he really going to be fit enough to really take care of this woman? Not 5 years, not 10 years, not 15 years, not 20 years, but forever until they're both alive? I mean, the stats don't add up in this country anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once the first one happens, the second one happens, the third one happens. So knowing that, you're going to throw your kid, the one that carries your last name. Do you know what they did back in the day to get a boy that carried the last name? They kept having...
I can imagine.
Multiple women have multiple babies.
They kept having babies until they get a boy. Until they get a boy.
Yep.
Our culture, honestly, is still the same. Like, every guy, like, we still like, we want a boy, we want a boy, we want a boy.
That's the opposite for my family. We keep going getting boys. We want a girl.
You know, but you got boys. But if you don't have boys, there's people that keep trying until they get a boy.
Yeah.
Because somebody got to carry that last name. Like, some people may call it toxic in 2025 or like it's not right. I mean, that's just the way we grew up. That's our natural human instinct since we've been here. Somebody got to carry the bloodline, the last name. You know what I mean? And your wife is going to throw that away? That's the last piece of you, cuz.
Bro, like,
That's
obviously,
the last piece of you.
there's still gonna be a relationship. Like, yeah, you come over Thanksgiving, you could.
But he ain't coming over to Thanksgiving. You kick a kid out the house, she's not coming to Thanksgiving. It would be very small. It's going to take a long time to repair that.
At least 10 years.
Man, I think he gotta just get over his ego. You know, you gotta respect his mama. Like it says, the mom, she needs to be okay. She shouldn't be so selfish, right? But she shouldn't be so selfless to the point where to her own detriment. You know what I'm saying? She still needs to look out for
Like, you
herself.
acting like she's not gonna date again and marry her.
I was gonna say that earlier. That was good.
What do you mean?
Like,
Like
yeah,
if her and that dude break up, that's it. She's never gonna find another man. She'll find somebody else.
She can find somebody else, but I'm saying
but
she's
she can't
married.
find another son.
Married.
Okay.
She can't make the same son.
Firing on all cylinders now.
And she married for security.
She can drop his ass and go on.
Yeah, she can get another man.
At what age though?
Don't matter. That's the,
But she gonna hop on that 50sonly.com?
There'll be.
hey, it don't matter.
Ain't
She
nobody
still got,
on that
She still got her
motherfucker.
blood. The blood of her
Hey, she got hop
of his
on
dad.
Tinder and find 50 plus, cuz.
She need to go.
If she Asian, she'll be. I ain't gonna say
I hope she got. Shit, I hope she got 10K to fly down to Miami. Cause if not, you gonna find it hard.
I'm gonna ask. Let's take ChatGPT for something.
The GBT.
So approximately 60 to 70% of marriages end in divorce. Okay,
That's so high,
Yeah, it's high.
40. That's damn. So the first divorce they say is 40 to 50, which people are saying is higher now. By the way, it's over 50. They say they quit counting at 50 because of how bad it is.
Yep.
The second marriage. You know what the rate of divorce of the second marriage and goes up to?
The second, like you've been married once, the second
Yep.
marriage. 48,
60 to 67%.
because they stopped counting after 50.
You know? That's for the second marriage. For the third marriage. Okay, this is ChatGPT, guys. Third marriage, guess what the percentage is?
yeah.
Like 80 plus?
73% is what they're saying.
Wow.
So the numbers are only increasing.
If you get to the third marriage, it's you, bro.
But here's the thing. It's
Yeah.
And
But here's the thing.
And we know a guy that is like 5.
My dad's on number 5. It's him. I guarantee you.
But here's the thing. On stats, on paper, it shows after the first divorce, the chance of divorce increase. Now, this is not with everybody. So if you're watching, you've been through divorce, don't get upset and not follow us no more, right? But it shows already on paper that after the first divorce, that you're going to get another divorce, okay? So with that in mind already, of maybe having this dude for security, as Gio says, or dropping the only thing that you will ever have from your original husband ever, if she even gave a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? But you would never get that back again. You could never recreate that. That's your blood, homie. You would never get that again.
Stats
I
may
have
be
hope.
wrong. It may not apply to people who like they can't get a divorce. They don't choose to get a divorce because their significant other passed away. So you know what I'm saying?
But it doesn't matter. We're just talking about in generality right now, as a whole.
That wouldn't be a divorce, though, would it, if he passed away?
Yeah, but they will remarry. In
Yeah.
this case, the father.
But it's still like a divorce.
Yeah, it's not be like,
You lost somebody.
Like a
but
widow
you're most
ship.
likely not gonna get a divorce for the second time.
But if you were with somebody for like 17 years and then they died, and like you have a good track record of like sticking it out and making things work, something like that. I don't know why I said 17 years, but if you got somebody that was married for 3, they haven't really got to the stage of marriage where it's like shit's getting hard, you know.
Let's say they've been together 15 years. She gonna give up her marriage. Let's say, fudging, you had the kid, right? 5 years in, something happened. You're no longer in the picture. And she's been married for 15 years.
No, but we're talking about that you died.
Oh, yeah, let's say
All that
like you
happens to
died.
nobody. We're talking about death. 'Cause
And
if you just not around, I'm taking my kid now.
But let's say you were gone, right? You're in heaven. With 72 virgins. But and they've been married for 15 years, right? Like they're going strong. It looks like a good marriage. Should she leave that good marriage for her child?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I'm not leaving my kid. Like that may be selfish. I'm not leaving my kid. I'm not throwing my kid away.
So you wouldn't want that lady to leave her kid, the
Nope,
kid.
she don't leave a kid.
But let's say like you weren't even to a point where you couldn't leave her like enough behind for her financial stability, like for her safety.
I hope something works out. I really do.
So you
Like what is the issue with the kid in this? Is it
He's just he's a rebellious kid. He can't get along with whoever her new relationship.
After a 15-year marriage, that's a small blip on the radar. If you know what I mean, you get past the shitty teenage years, and you're good. Just hang in there. You were with her for 15 years. Just hang on a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? He'll calm down eventually.
I agree.
I'd say they just can't coexist. Like, he trying to throw down with the stepdaddy.
Well, he better be his tail and get dipped. And she better pick the kid. She better pick the kid.
Hey, I'd bring him. Bring him to Board of Martial Arts, make him sign a waiver.
If she is end up picking up the kid, I'm just gonna beat the kid and then leave.
Ben will just choke him. Ben will just choke him in his sleep.
Beat the kid's ass and leave.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the lady would be better off for her security.
She honestly,
choose
if I
the
was in that
marriage.
situation, the lady's gonna pick me no matter what.
So, guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start wrapping this topic up and move on to another one. But so we got 3-1, right? Pick the kid.
Yeah.
Nate's for picking the kid.
Yep.
Ben's for picking the kid. I'm for picking the kid. The bloodline, your heir. Come on, you can't leave that. So
What
it's
if
3-1.
daughter?
Even if it's daughter, I'm taking my daughter. For sure. Like even my daughter, 1,000% ain't nobody. Nobody. I'm not. The hell no.
Yeah.
You don't.
If it was my daughter, I'd like.
You wrong, bro. You need to. In my opinion, you would have to pick her over anything for sure. You do not want a girl who's just out there. You throwing it to the side because now this is a different topic. But girls that don't have dads have daddy issues, and girls with daddy issues, you already know about that. There's some other big problems.
Childhood trauma.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another big problem that you don't want to deal with, or you don't want her to deal with. So you better pick your daughter. So it's 3-1, guys that listen to podcasts. I want to hear what you guys got to say. Message us on Instagram or email us sharpenthestore100 what you think of this topic and what you would do. Okay, I want to see what our viewers think of this topic. But we were talking about this for like 3 days. You know, like I've been thinking about it. Gia's been thinking about it. Ben's been thinking about it. And Nate, perfect timing. Honestly, he had some good input on this. So let's move on to something juicier. What's the next topic?
If you have nothing else, if you have nothing nice to say, why say it at all?
Did something happen to you?
What?
Something happened to you recently, Ben?
I got home, opened up my phone, saw a beautiful reel from the greatest gym ever, Board of Martial Art, and I look at the comment section, and I was like, it was like, why do jiu-jitsu when it's gay? Something like that, or like jiu-jitsu is gay. And I was like, okay. I click on his profile. And it said, Jesus Christ, all praise, all God Almighty, or something like that. And I comment back to him. Very negative guy for someone who devoted to Jesus Christ. So, and then I was like, would Jesus want you to act this way? You know? And I'm just like, bro.
He's probably got an uncle brother. I wouldn't worry about people like that.
I think it's a troll account.
He replied.
He did what he said.
He said he's out joking, bro. I do jiu-jitsu.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe he does. I think he just felt bad. with
Yeah.
that. But I saw it. I ignored it. I ignored that. Like, bro, you know how many of those we get? Like people commenting, like, I will whoop your ass. I will do this. There's a video on YouTube that's going, one of our shorts. It's going viral for our page. It's not like a viral video. But it's me and a guy rolling. It's like and Jocko's in the background. And one guy's like, that's the stupidest thing I say. Like, you won't be able to do that when I fill you with holes after stabbing you with the knife.
Oh my God.
Bro, if I see you pull a knife, I'm going to just shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you need to know how to grapple. You need to know how to fight. People think like everything's just like knives and guns. Of course it's knives and guns. But you still have to know how to use your hand to be able to use the knife and gun. Because guess what? If you don't know how to use it, I'm going to take it from you.
Yeah, the scenario's never going to be perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no perfect scenario in street fighting.
Right.
Okay? That's what I think. There's no perfect scenario in street fighting. Either you stay away from it or you play dirty. You know what I mean? You fight dirty. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? But these guys that you see that are making these comments, bro, you can smack him. He won't do nothing to you. You can smack him. He ain't going to be able to do nothing to you.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that talk the most. right? The ones that can't fight talk the most. I was talking to somebody either Monday or last week, and we were talking about fighting, and he was telling me, man, somebody was telling me, you know, like, I can't practice fighting because I would just go 200%. You can't hold me back. And I was like, man, everybody says that. How many people have we had say that? And it's funny because I think kickboxing camp. Remember that buff kid that came in, teenager?
Oh, yeah.
Like 20-year-old?
Yeah.
That one day he was like, can I spar? All right, go ahead, get in the cage.
Yeah.
Never came back.
You did make him wait a week. I'll give it.
Was it a week? I made
It was
him
a
wait?
week. He said next Friday come in.
You know?
Yeah.
He never came back.
Yeah.
The kid never came back. They beat the hell out of him. You know what I'm saying? And they beat the hell out of him, not like they abused him.
That was polite too.
It was polite, but it wasn't even a real fight. They were being polite, and he never came back.
Yeah.
That's what fighting is, you know.
I mean, I never came back.
You never came back after your first sparring session either, you know.
Yeah.
But like I tell people,
shout out to Nathan Ennis. He never came back either.
but like I tell people when it comes to fighting, like everybody thinks they can fight until they get popped in the mouth. Like, and you get hit, and then you freeze up, and you're like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
People don't think they will have that. Like, people say it's fight or flight. And I started telling people, like, it's fight, flight, or freeze.
Yeah.
Some people lock up when they get hit.
Well, and other things that you learn from training is to relax, to breathe, you know, to endure. Because I tell my son all the time, or I tell anybody that talks about martial arts with me, I go, imagine, like, if we're running on a treadmill and they start getting out of breath, and I go, all right, imagine you feel like you feel right now, and there's a guy throwing punches at you at the same time. Like, it's like being in quicksand, and it's not so, you can't just say, oh, I'll go red and bodies hit the floor. You'll go red for all of 15 seconds.
I used to tell myself that.
And then the red you're gonna see is the blood coming out of your nose because you can't hold your hands up anymore. And everybody, it's like I got a dad bod, you know, but for some I work on my cardio, so like I can go a lot longer than a lot of people think I can.
You're a functional dad bod.
Right. But you got like the dude that came in he was a college football player, all jacked up. That's just you train weights. You don't train fighting. It's a different thing. It's just a different type of cardio, but it's functional cardio.
Yeah.
Because at some point, I think we talked about this last time I was on the podcast, at some point, sometime, somewhere, you're going to get in an altercation. It's just going to happen. You know, if you go to a bar or a concert or something, and if you just look pretty, it's not going to really do much for you.
And that's what people don't understand when it comes to fighting. I don't care how big you are.
Yep.
Now, you can probably move around. You can probably throw some good hands, right? But if it gets drawn out, like if you're big and you're strong, you better hope you finish it fast.
Yep.
But if it gets drawn out with like somebody that knows a little bit about fighting or a little bit about grappling, that person's in trouble.
I love that reel. It's everywhere with Joe Rogan when he said if you get into a bar fight or something, you know, he said just put your hands up, cover the punches. The guy's gonna swing wild, and then oh you're tired, you don't know how to fight. Yeah. Oh, now it's my turn. You know, and that's exactly the scenario right there. The guy that knows how to stay composed, cover it up, let the storm get by, and then go to work. Yeah. And all it doesn't take a whole lot. Just what's kickboxing now? Twice a week, 2-3 times a week. Get in there, do the work. And
that makes just 2-3 days of training makes a difference. Mm-hmm. 2-3 days of training, like you can see guys that train twice a week consistently, right? And a new guy comes in. And this guy hasn't been here for 3-4 months. And he will handle a new guy that he couldn't handle 3-4 months ago. Mm-hmm. It's because he learned a couple of things that fighters do, that trained martial artists do, right? But you see this in today's time is a lot of young guys who run their mouth, right? And young guys these days, honestly, is like 35 and below. Mm-hmm. The truth. Like their mindset is very young. They're not mature. So 35 and below, even I even see it with some 40-year-olds. Talk about fighting and I'll do this and I'll do that. And I'm thinking like, man, no, you won't. You're not going to do this and do that. Trust me. Like you think you will. You know, until it comes down to it really happening, you're going to change your mind or you're going to get the hell beat out of you. Oh. And that's why I don't like wearing fight shirts.
Yeah.
I don't like wearing like fight stuff, jiu-jitsu stuff. Like I started wearing a little bit of jiu-jitsu stuff like as of the last year, maybe. And it's very rare. Like I wear sharpening sword and border martial arts. And even with border martial arts, because it doesn't say MMA, it says martial arts. People think like karate, so they don't even really push you until they ask questions, you know. But I don't even like wearing it because people are gonna say, "Well, I'll try you," which has happened before. You know, and usually I tell them like, "I don't even want to fight you." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like when people.
What? People don't try me. I want them to.
It's probably a good thing that I try Ben because he probably commit to it.
No.
Here's the thing. This is the other thing. Talking about that is the ego. You have to control your ego. Because the truth
That's
is,
an ego thing.
that's an ego. Because sometimes,
I
like,
literally I would tell people like I want to get jumped by 6 people just to know how it feels.
I always say that too. I think I said that with you.
Yeah.
We were in Vegas probably.
Yeah.
We were in Vegas and one of them we were out of the country. We were out of the country. And I'm like, bro, what if we just get jumped by like 12 people?
And what if we get just locked up?
You know?
Human trafficking.
But that's another thing is ego is people try to size each other up and they fall for that. Like, I will beat you up. I'm better than you. I'm stronger than you. And it's like, for me, it's like your ego's fragile if you have to do that. Instead of saying like, okay, bro, good job. Yeah, you are. You're stronger, you know? Or yeah, you can fight. You know, instead of falling for the trap and trying to go measure how big we are, you know what I'm saying?
But it's natural. I see it as I feel like it's natural for a man to just size up anybody, just for security wise. Okay, if shit go down, I want to know if I'm able to handle myself in this room with these people. You know, but I feel like it's an ego thing if you act upon it though.
No, I agree with that. So like when it comes to sizing people up, I do that. Like if I'm sitting in a restaurant, I'm like, all right, if I was to get in a fight with that big ass dude right there, what would I do? You know what's funny? I was in bed like with a hypothetical situation last night for like 45 minutes. I'm dead serious. 45 minutes. I come up with so many different ways to try to beat this hypothetical dude up.
One guy?
One guy.
Yeah.
But he was just a giant. I pictured him as a giant. And I pictured him like, the problem is I kept thinking, what if he has a gun? What if he has a knife? What am I going to, like, and I have to fight this guy. And so I was in bed by 7:45. I didn't go to sleep until like 8:45 because for 45 minutes or so, I was thinking about scenarios of how to beat this guy.
Are you on the ground already, or are we?
No, like he's just standing.
Yeah.
You know, I came up with like 100 different ways. First one was like I'll kick his knee out.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna just stomp his knee.
So I need some advice. All right, I went to Nashville for New Year's, and we went clubbing, and this huge ass dude came in, and I was like, damn, how can I handle this guy? We had to fight him. So how can a jiu-jitsu guy handle a big guy? What would you do?
So, look, I can't give you...
I like Nate idea where you just block and wait.
So that works. Don't get me wrong. But Nate can probably block and do that better than I am because my block is not as big as his block. And he can take a hit better than I can take a hit. That's just true. So you have to look at that, right? Is how big you are, how you're built, you know what I'm saying? How much experience you have, how strong you are. Like all this start coming into effect. And also how experienced you are. Because when it pops off, you're gonna be out of oxygen from your adrenaline. Like your oxygen is not gonna be there. Okay? It's gonna be tunnel vision. It's gonna be moving so fast. So many things are gonna be happening. Right? You're gonna be shaking a little bit. Right? So I'm not gonna give a game plan. Guys, you have to go train, do whatever you want. I'm not gonna give a game plan and people say, well, this guy gave us a plan to do this. I'll give you options, right? And Nate, you can chime in on this too. It's like, how big was this guy first?
He's huge.
Like how big?
Was he like a bouncer?
No, he wasn't a bouncer. He was a big country ass boy.
Yeah. I see.
He was like Mrs. Larry size, maybe a little bigger.
So was he
stout though.
Was he muscle stout or was he just like filled, like big
muscle stout?
So he was muscular.
Yeah, very muscular.
Was he young?
I don't know. I think he was in his 20s, late 20s maybe.
So you have to take all that into account. A 20-year-old in his 20s, big and stout compared to 30s, 40s, he's going to fight a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, like, bro, I don't want to fight.
Well, I mean,
I'll be honest with you.
Was this in a crowded place? Like a bunch of people around? Yeah,
I'm going to be like,
man, he walk in with another big ass guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now,
looking who's he got with him.
If you don't have a choice, like if you just say, hey, I don't have a choice, if it gets to that point, and let's make this a self-defense scenario, guys. Now, this is self-defense. I have to protect my life. I have to. Okay? I'm going to kick his knee out. The first guy, I'm going to kick his knee out. First guy, I'm gonna kick him as hard as I can in his knee. Second guy, if I can get to his knee, I'm gonna do it. If not, I'm gonna try to body lock him, get to his back, try to sling him down. At that point, I'm gonna grab a chair and smack him in the head with it. That's just me.
Yeah, no fair fight.
You know what I'm saying? I'll just be honest with you. If you fight in the street, you either don't fight or you fight dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're talking about 1 versus 2 versus 3, that's a different situation. Because you better hope. The problem is if you grapple, jiu-jitsu is good. But you have to know how to punch also, right? If you grapple the first guy or you let him grab you, you're in trouble because the other guy's going to hit you. And if you try to swing with one guy, the other guy's going to catch you. Or you better hope the one guy that you're fighting doesn't catch you first. So if I can hurt this guy and get him in his knee, which is probably going to hurt him bad, it'll probably tear his ACL, everything inside his knee, right? If I land it. That's the if. So I'm hoping I don't have to worry about him. So I either hit him in his knee or his balls. The other guy, I can bum rush him and try to arm drag him or duck under to his back, sling him to the ground, kick him a few times, and skedaddle. You know, if not, if there's like a light chair or like a pan, you don't want to mess with beer bottles, obviously, because that's a felony, I think, if you bust his head open. But
I ain't worried about that at that moment.
you know, if it's self-defense, like if it's life or death, I'm gonna crack his head open. I'll just be honest with you.
I have to find it. It's an old video that was viral like when I was a kid, but there was this, I think he was like an Asian mafia something or another dude, and he had like this group of people coming at him, and he was just backpedaling, and every dude that got close, he was dropping him with one hand. Other guy come up, left hook, guy go down. Then you'd see one of the first guy gets knocked out, he gets up like, I'm gonna get back into the fight. He runs back in, knocked out again. And the whole time he was backing up, the whole time just taking them one at a time.
Was that in the street?
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's an old video,
Yeah.
but I don't know anything about ground fighting. I'm not a ground fighter, so I would do whatever I could to not go to the ground.
Even with me on the ground, I would not want to go with 2 guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the ground.
Yeah, it's not a smart thing to do.
So I'm not doing it.
Yeah. You know the Gracies, they would the way they did is they would knee stomp, then get a takedown.
Yeah. It's a good way to do it.
But I don't know. I like to think that I'm gonna high crush somebody, just dunk them on their head.
I think I would do like the John Jones knee stomp like we're all talking about, and I think I would also implement John Jones's eye pokes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'm throwing with my fingers
I'm
to the
kicking you in the
face.
balls. I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
I'll bite you. I mean,
Why you look at me like that?
Hey, I'll bite you, Gio. Is Gio the guy you saw in Nashville?
But you know what? This is another topic on another thing to think about. While on this topic, I'm gonna put Ben on the spot. I'm gonna go ahead and just call him out. So you can answer this question now. Were you drinking?
huh?
Were you drinking?
Yeah, I was.
You were drinking. You had your girl with you, your lady.
Yeah.
See, I automatically think that's a mistake. Me personally, I'm like, that's already, you already caught an L right there. Me personally.
We're out with our family, bro.
For me, this is me. I'm saying me personally. I'm not calling you out. Here's the thing. You're already drinking. You're in an area where fights already happen. They happen all the time over there, by the way. On Broadway, right? That's where you were, on Broadway?
Yeah.
You're on Broadway.
Fights,
Okay. Depends. The guaranteed a fight happened that night.
At some point, yeah.
At some point, a fight happened that night. I guarantee you. On Broadway, in Nashville, on New Year's, people drinking. When you want to look for a fight, find people that are drinking. Simple. So if you're drinking, okay, you're already, in my opinion, already in the the losing zone, because you're already you may not be drunk, but you're intoxicated. You don't have all your senses. You don't have all your strength. You don't have all your speed. I watched a video, I think it was probably BJ Penn. A drunk BJ Penn get his ass whooped by a guy. A normal dude. You know who BJ Penn is? Mm-hmm. A dude that got a black belt in 3 years. A dude that was a UFC champion. But he got drunk, he got whooped by a random Joe Schmo. Okay?
We should simulate that.
So for me to be out, okay, first of all, me personally, I'm not gonna put myself in that situation on Broadway. I'm not gonna be there. But everybody's different. I'm not judging you. That's what you wanna do. So if you're out with your family, your lady, I think you're already losing, bro. Like, I think you can still go have fun and all that. Like, this is me. This is just
But
me.
you shouldn't be out looking for a fight.
But here's the thing,
yeah,
you're not looking for a fight.
Yeah.
But you're in an area where there is fights.
Yeah.
So this is just me. If I'm out with my lady, I'm not gonna put myself or ourselves in a situation where we're already losing. So I'm not gonna be in a party area. This is me at the point of life that I am now. I'm not gonna be drinking because what's gonna be worse is if I get in a fight, I get my butt whooped, and God forbid something happens to her, and I couldn't do nothing about it. So there's something to think about. Because that guy, I bet you was drinking, right? Both of them, probably drinking. So I already have hopefully a higher chance of whooping their tail because they're already losing. They're already in the negative.
We're in an even playing field.
You know?
Yeah.
But you're not in an even playing field when he's a lot bigger and there's two of them.
You must not know about the past band.
The other thing about men, and you know what Tom saw this poll, right? They were like, how many animals could he whoop? Like, it was like cat, dog. Then it went all the way up to grizzly. Like, grown men legit, they never fought. They were like, I could beat a grizzly. I could beat a grizzly. Like, and every man in their mind, they're like, they're undefeated. They never lose a fight, right? I remember I've been there like, okay, I see this guy like, oh, if I'm a better grappler, I'm gonna out grapple him. You know, like, if he's a better grappler, I'm gonna out strike him. If he could beat my ass everywhere, have fun stopping the hollow points. You know, like in your mind, you never lose. You know, and I think most men are like that.
Most said, "Oh, it's a grizzly." First off, I'm taking his knee out.
Now I'm taking that, taking the rifle out. No, but that is what you're talking about is a problem because most people don't know the reality. If you know reality, and I believe, and this is what I was talking to somebody the other day, who was a police officer. I said, bro, when you learn how to fight, you know the reality. Like, you can get your butt beaten at any time. I don't care if you've been training 15 years, 20 years, you're an MMA fighter, you're jiu-jitsu black belt. Doesn't matter what you are. In fighting, there's no more truth and reality to than fighting than anybody can lose. Anybody. Look at Anderson Silva. Who thought anybody can beat Anderson Silva? Who thought anybody can beat Conor McGregor? Who thought anybody can beat Jose Aldo? 10 years.
Yeah.
In fighting, anything can go. Anything. The guy that looks like a bum that's 100 pounds and has no fighting skills can knock out somebody that's 200 pounds. It just takes one good punch. That's the thing. When you start throwing hands, it just takes one good punch to land, and that's it. It's game over.
And
Your jiu-jitsu black belt goes at the door. Your MMA record goes out the door. Everything goes out the door. And so you have to know that going into a fight. And that's why you don't want to fight. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. And you always want to try to be with the best odds. You always want to try to be at the best odds. You know, don't go out at night. Don't be alone. Don't travel alone. Don't be drinking and intoxicated around areas where you think there's going to be a fight. You know
so might as well just lock yourself in the closet then. That's what you're saying.
No, it doesn't mean that. You can still have fun.
You could do like
everywhere you go, anything that you do, there's always risk.
There is, but
however,
you need to
depending on what you do,
you need to minimize
depending
the risk.
Depending on what you.
Ben's getting defensive. Right
No, I'm not being defensive. It's just like depending on what you want in life, it's like you're gonna have to take that risk.
No, exactly. There's nothing wrong. I said I'm talking from my point of view, me personally.
I know
now,
that.
for you to go to Nashville and do that, that's fine. You are willing with that risk. You're fine with that risk. I can go to Nashville. This is me. I'm not judging you. You can have fun, right? Is you can go to Nashville and go to Broadway and enjoy that and be out with your lady and drink and put yourself in a higher risk situation. Okay? That's a higher risk situation. I can go to Nashville. If I was a drinker, I can go to a nice restaurant, go drink. I can go to a nice event and drink with a little bit more mature group. You know what I'm saying?
But we want to dance.
It doesn't. Okay, I can go to if I want to dance, I can go to find a ball, find something, and go do it, and not worry about dancing with young folks. He's gonna bump me. You know that story, right? Somebody bumps in. They're gonna bump you in the club. And then all of a sudden, you sizing each other up.
I like to see myself as a master of
de-escalation, yeah.
Which is BS.
Yes, I am.
I'm good at it. Maybe Ben needs.
If I don't have,
he's lying.
If I don't have
I can agree. I think you can be good at it.
I am good at it because like if I know the scenarios and I think about all the things that could go wrong. And so if I am in that situation, I like to lower what I call like my carbon footprint. I'm like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Dude bumps into me. Hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Like, I do everything I can to just keep it cool, calm, collect. And the only time that anybody would ever see me like in a fighting, like an angry fighting scenario, is if I had no other choice, right? Somebody backed me into a corner and it's a self-defense situation. You know, there's surveillance footage of me at a bar where I was trying to get out of it, and all of a sudden punches are flying, and I'm in the middle of it. And I told everybody, I said I paid my tab. I saw the fight about to happen. I knew it was about to happen. It had nothing to do with me. It was just the temperature of the room started to change. I was tabbing out. I was waiting on my buddies to tab out. The fight spilled. I was outside. I took myself totally out of the place, and the fight spilled outside. I get punched in the side of the head. And then I'm on the ground, and then next thing you know, I'm mad because I was like, I did everything I could to not be involved in this, and now I'm in it. So let's go. And you know what? You know who punched me? And I had a black eye for a good minute. It was a girl.
Oh,
it was about no offense. It was about a 315-pound girl, and she mistook me for some guy who was punching on her boyfriend, and just went right on the side of the head. And I remember I went down, and I remember going, some big ass dude just socked me, man. And I look up and I went, oh, it was a girl.
I think like you learn, man. Like certain situations you do there, you've been there, right? And you have to just accept the fact that things can happen. And in being in that situation, putting yourself in that situation, things can go bad. I still remember a scenario where I shouldn't have been at this place. I was at the wrong place, wrong time. What is the statement? I was there at the wrong place, wrong time. And it was me and a friend. He's not a friend, but I thought he was, right? We were out. It was probably New Year's. I don't know what it was, man. But this dude was drunk, right? I don't drink. The guy with me was drunk. And there was 6 dudes. 6. And he just starts flicking them off. And obviously I smacked his hand like bro, like what are you doing? He doesn't know what's going on, right? And I remember thinking to myself, 'cause I just looked at the dudes and I was like kind of nodded my head, like trying to get them to ignore him. And I was thinking, if these dudes had any slight idea of like having a fun night or they were rowdy, they would have beat the snot out of us. It doesn't matter. Like even though I'm trained, I'm hoping that I'll have a good chance, right? It's 6 guys, and the dude with me, you can't count him. He was blacked out. Like literally blacked out, you know, and that was an eye opener where I was like, man, I did that to myself. You know. Well, you said don't live in a box. I agree with you. Don't live in a box.
Well, I mean, you picked wrong friends though.
But don't put yourself. But even I told you that when I first met you. I said if you do it, I will never hang out with you. You remember that?
I'm
talk?
not flicking though.
No, but still, if you're in a situation where you start getting rowdy because you're drinking or something, you do something, I will never hang out with you again. Yeah. Because you just increase the odds of us getting in trouble. So I'm not saying live in a box. I'm just saying you pick, like you said, you pick the consequence that you have, the risk that you want to take.
Yeah, but you can also decrease the percentage of risk. But like what Nate method is.
Of course, like you de-escalating all that. But sometimes even then, the risk is still too big. For me, I'm not willing to put the risk out there no more. Me personally.
Like a dude smack your girl ass, you can't de-escalate from there.
Okay, listen. Oh, this is a good one.
You can't de-escalate.
Now this is a good one. Now we're talking. Nate, I just hit something.
If I call you guys better drive 3 hours.
Hey, Nate, I hit something here. You think y'all keep going. This should be off or not?
Listen, man.
I think I hit.
Look,
That's normal.
I'm calling you guys. You guys go ahead and drive, because that whole damn area is gonna be on shutdown.
Oh my God. This is actually a good topic. Okay. So the dude smacked a girl her butt. I've heard guys that were like, I heard Henry Gracie, black belt, very good black belt, right? Good black belt and instinct of his skills. Ethics, I don't care, I don't know. But I'm talking about very good jiu-jitsu black belt, okay? And he was like, I think somebody asked him, but he's also like very like chill, like you can't get me out of my comfort zone, or you can't get me out of my tempo. Like he's very like emotional mature, you know, emotional control and stuff like that. And somebody asked him, because he only fight for like life or death, self-defense. And somebody asked him like, what if a dude just smacks his girl's butt? He's like, I don't want to do nothing about it. Brush it off, keep walking. Now if he engages, that's different. But we're just talking about there's a smack and keeps walking. And maybe smiles or laughs about it.
Heck no, man.
That's a tough one. Is he doing it in your face, or did he not?
She's with you. She's
Right.
walking with you.
Okay. Yeah. That's a tough one for me.
That's a master of his art right there, because that man, that's a self-control that he had that I don't have. You know what I'm saying? Because we should all strive for that.
If he does it and he looks you right in your face, like, you're not going to do squat about that.
And I'm gonna look at it.
I don't
That's a
think.
fun ass, ain't it?
Shoot, Chris
You're
could
being
probably
silly.
handle it herself there, though.
Nah, I'll probably report it to the police. I'm gonna call.
He's wanting to hang out with Mo next weekend. He's going the Mo way.
I'm gonna call him. Be like, hey, I just got sexually assaulted. You know what I mean?
Be honest, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm about to say, what are you gonna do, Gio?
Like say, Ben, call phone, like, go pick up a body, bro.
I'm gonna call him. Hey, throw away all your phone after this. Get a burner, get some bleach, and shovels. Nah, I'm not gonna call you guys. I'm gonna call my brothers.
Yeah.
And they're cops.
All right, what other topics?
I ain't gonna say no if you call. I'm just saying.
I got a good topic. So this is about principle and loyalty, right? So let's say a family member, your blood, right? They did something messed up.
Shit.
That they're gonna go to jail, right?
Oh shit, hold on.
But it's on you, right? If you snitch on them, are you snitching on your own blood, right? Because out of principle, right? You snitching on them. You're like, that man, that's my family, that's loyalty. I don't say nothing.
But nothing happened to you.
No, just in your conscience, you know that's not right. But you put loyalty, family over principle first.
How extreme are we going here? Because the what was the serial killer? The Unabomber's brother is who snitched on him. But that was after finding out that he bombed like women, children. So are we talking that extreme, or is it like killed a guy at a bar and then hid the body somewhere? You know what I mean? Like not killed out of.
That's true.
Like self-defense, killed the guy, was scared that he was going to go to jail for the rest of his life, hid the body, told you about
That's a
it.
good point.
Let's say that scenario.
The severity of it depends on it.
So you're talking about like death, like somebody killed somebody?
We start with that one.
Damn,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I was just trying to find. No, I was
going on a deep end.
No, I didn't. But I didn't have any particular where we can land. I just meant how extreme, how
I thought
high.
they like rob a bank or something.
Yeah.
Pass me a little bit. We good.
Did he litter or did he bomb? A daycare. Like there is a difference there.
Yeah. If in that situation, that scenario, if he just like bomb innocent people, then I'm snitching, cuz.
I think so.
I'm snitching. I'm like, that's messed up. You need to pay for your crime. Now, if you rob a...
But why are we talking so extreme? I don't like talking about.
Look at this guy. Look at this
It's so extreme.
Listen, man.
I'm snitching. I snitch.
Listen,
I'm
I
the
will.
first one to speak, cuz on that level, you just effed up.
Yeah, don't
You dirty.
Because
Listen, I will fully collaborate with the United States government to help them with anything they want to do. For the record.
No, let's make it less severe. Right?
He's trying to bargain.
Less severe. So, it's actually a movie about two brothers that have been robbing banks. Damn, what's the movie called? It's a very good movie. I watched it twice, honestly. Their mom, I think their mom or their dad died from cancer or something. I forgot the storyline, but they owned a farm. Their parents owned a farm, and it went bankrupt. It went foreclosed. So the bank took it, and so they had X amount of time to pay it. Okay, but also it was like a from their parents, like, hey, you keep this farm in the family almost, right? And it's such a good movie, such a good movie. Except for I don't like what the brothers did, but it is a good movie. And there's oil on this land. There's oil on this land, okay? I think it's based on a true story too. But anyway, so they had to come up with money. So what they started doing is they started robbing banks. They were just on a tear, robbing banks. And they weren't killing nobody. But toward the end, like one of the brothers started going wild, started doing crazy things. And he actually started killing, okay? Anyway, he took the L for both of them got shot up. He took the L and he kind of took the cops and went into the mountains. And I'm just telling you guys the movie. But anyway, it's a good movie. And he gets killed. Okay? And the cop goes to the brother that's alive on the farm and like knows that he was part of it. And I think he asked him who did it. Because he knows you did it, right? And his brother wouldn't speak. Would you speak or you wouldn't speak? They got the farm and everything. They were making like $100,000, $200,000 on oil a day.
At that point, it's over. So if I snitch on myself now, then that defeats all the whole purpose.
So at that point, you're like, screw it, it don't matter.
Yeah. What's done is done now.
Okay. So related on this topic, less severe. That this is a topic.
That's pretty severe.
He kept it severe, didn't he?
Yeah.
A little less severe.
Anyway, even robbing banks, like you're stealing money from other people as well, like hard-earned money. So would you snitch on your family?
I would snitch, bro. I'm
the
following
mob.
the law, cuz.
All right, you're 9 years old. Your brother's...
Like, let me see your hands when you say that.
Yeah.
No, listen. This is a good topic. I think this is a good debatable topic because I know guys do this all the time because we all ask each other this. You out with the boys, your homie got a girl, he cheats.
Damn. I'm staying out of it.
Me too.
You staying out of it. What if she asks you like, hey, what did my boyfriend or husband do?
I'm
You
staying
friends
out
with
of
the boys first, though, right?
it. Right.
Yeah.
So like, I had this happen. You know the guy. I'll tell you about it after the podcast. I'm not bringing any names up.
I already know what you're talking about. I think.
Well, I kept that secret for years. And then when it all came to a head, she found out that I knew and she ousted me. And that's fine. I still got my buddy. You know what I mean? But if I oust him, then she's not cool with me and he's not cool with me. I lose twice. Yeah. So I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see it.
What's she gonna do to you? Like, she wasn't gonna do anything to you. Like, why didn't you tell me? We ain't friends.
I mean,
Right.
it comes down to like principle, you know.
That's the principle and loyalty thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I'm more loyalty though. I'll be playing with the devil and then not give up my family. You know what I'm saying?
If you're cheating on a test, the nerd will snitch on you, and that's one thing. But if your best friend snitches on you, you're like, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell my friend like, listen, man, that's not right, bro. You shouldn't be doing that girl dirty like that.
But sure, there was a conversation
Well,
had
it's
like
also
that.
true because I mean, you
What
are
if it's
who you
becoming a
friend.
problem?
What does it say? Like they're married, right? They're about to say they got the wedding ready, right? And he just embarrassing her publicly. Like she don't know behind her back. He just embarrassing her. Like he keep cheating on her and everything, right? Do you tell her?
Well, are you starting to change your opinion of the guy, saying maybe he's not my friend, maybe he's not a good person? In that scenario, then yeah, I'll be like, if you don't quit doing that, you're not a good person. I don't even like you anymore.
Yeah.
I can understand something happened, a scenario. Oh, you had a few too many drinks and you started smooching on.
Yeah, or like maybe a girl just accidentally falling on his lips. You know what I'm saying?
She tripped.
There ain't no tripping.
But no, yeah, if I think the guy is like, he was a buddy, I thought he was cool, but now I'm looking at it going, I don't think I like this dude anymore. Mm-hmm. Then yeah, I'll probably snitch then. But the guy I'm talking to, I've been friends with since like middle school, and we're still really close, so I don't think I would oust him. Or I did not.
But
I
this
did
has
not
to be.
oust him.
But this has to be your homeboy, like best friend. Because if it's just a friend, I don't care. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Like I'm not pay no attention.
I wouldn't snitch, but if you asked me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, maybe he. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got, Gio?
I don't know. Let's see. I had this other scenario. It just slipped my mind. Let me look at it. Let's see. Oh, do you think this is wrong? This is about success, related to success. Let's say when you level up in life, right? You're just hitting a different stride in life. And you cut off your friends who are stagnant, right? Is that wrong, right? Like, can you outgrow friends? Is it fake to cut off old friends once you level up, or is that just part of life, you know? Because they say people come in seasons.
I think we had this conversation, me and you.
We've had this so much time, and Ben gets upset every time.
No, I don't.
Look.
Look, you like to give up, throw everyone away. I'm like, why does that have to be the case?
Why are you making it seem like I throw everybody away?
Because that's what he say. That's what he says.
That ain't it.
I mean,
that's what he say.
I don't hear from Mo for months, and he's like, "Hey Nate, I dropped a podcast in the Gmail folder. Can you just whenever you get a chance, bro? Why you no train?"
Listen, that's because our time.
I know, man. I know.
But that's different because me and you, even though we don't talk as much as we used to when you train, it's not like we don't talk no more.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like anytime we can pick up the phone and talk. Now he's talking about completely cutting people off. Yeah. I don't completely cut people off anymore, but I guess as you climb and you see success and you start becoming successful, you start realizing who's there to help.
Sure.
Who's there to take, and who's there just to be there. You know what I mean? And you don't want people. This is sad, and people actually I posted a video about this, and people commented on YouTube. And they're like, well, you're a fake friend for that, you know? And it's like, no. Who said you were friends anyway? People throw that word around too often these days. A friend is not a small term. Maybe associate. Most people are associates, but they like to call each other friends, okay? But as you get more successful, you lose more people from jealousy, envy, different goals, different dreams, different schedules. Like, so many things come into effect. You know what I mean? Now, if Gio, you want to talk about something else, about throwing people under the bus, like successful people, like we were talking about a guy that cheats on his wife. He got famous. He got some fame. He's not famous. He got some fame. He got some money. Success. He saw success. Now he thinks he's too good. Now he's just sleeping around. That's a different topic, in my opinion, because I think you're just a piece of trash for doing that. That's different, in my opinion. Because you got too big for your britches. But the people around you, man, you're not truly friends. I don't think people understand that. You know what I mean? Like, very few people. I'm like, okay, Nate's my friend.
Well,
Ben and Gio. But how many people are you going to hear me say that about?
Yeah.
Not many people I will say that about.
I feel like I'm rare as a friend because I'm truly there for people that I'm close with, and I check on people. And I like that quote or whatever that's like, stop texting and calling first and see, and then you'll see where you stand with people.
Yeah.
And I've done that recently, and it's not that I've cut. If they text me, I'll write back, hey, what's up? How you been? Whatever. But I stopped answering those people that only talk to me when they want something.
When they need things.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that with some couple of my friends, but one of the reasons I like to have like guys friends is like they understand where we don't have to talk every single day like girls do. Like me and my boys, I don't talk to them for like months until like they'll invite me to their baby shower or whatever, or whenever we're having a gathering. We'll do that. We hit them up, but I don't text them every single day. But they're still my boys, and I'll still go like do some extent to like help them in some way, right? Even if I'm more established than them, you know what I mean? So I like when you say that you're dropping everyone, that's what I see. Like you're like forgetting even the people that your childhood friends or whatever. When you become success, I'm like, why is that the case?
But here's the thing: it's not the case that you necessarily drop them. People leave you also when they see you successful. This is what I learned. This is not every scenario either, guys. But when you start becoming successful, people support you and they want to be your friend until they think that you're doing better than them. And some people cut you off. The ones that are genuine won't. They will be there to support you. Nate is always. I honestly will be like, hey, podcast, randomly. And he's like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Very few people are like that. That's just the truth. We'll be there. Hey, whatever you need for the podcast, I got you. You know what I mean? Very few people will support that dream or that goal that you have. You know, it does need to be mutual, but most people are not mutual. Most people are not. And some people think when you become successful that you have to do more for them than they do for you because you already have the success. And so when that happens, you do automatically lose people. And then there's people around, and when I said I lost people, they weren't really friends. There were people around me, right? Okay, Mo, let's hang out on Friday night. I can't. Okay, let's hang out Saturday night. Because I do it to him too, and I feel bad, honestly. Like, hey, let's do something. And I can't do it. Or I say, let's do something. I change the schedule. Or we don't get to do as much things as we want. Once every 3 months, maybe. Right? But we both understand that. I don't do that with nobody right now. I don't have time. I can't freaking breathe. Right? I have so much work to do. And so the people around me now kind of understand that, and they don't get upset about it. But when we're younger, people don't understand that because all they want to do is hang out and have fun. I was not trying to hang out and have fun. I was trying to work. Mm-hmm. And so because of that, I did lose a lot of people. You know, that's the reason why. It's because I was always working.
Shoot, y'all came out to my house. That like speaks volumes. That's a long way. I appreciate that.
Man, I wish we could do it more. You
that
know,
was cool.
And I fell asleep on the couch.
Did we?
Yeah, I hate that they put bacon on those potato wedges.
Was I?
You still remember?
Was I on a diet? Right?
You were scraping cheese off of your potato wedges. I'm sitting there eating y'all's leftovers. Like, what the heck?
I think I was.
Did we eat something?
Yeah, we went to a
out
steakhouse.
To eat, and then we went to watch UFC at his house.
Yeah, it was a UFC
That was
fight.
good.
And by the time we got to the UFC fights, I was gone.
We got to the main event.
Dude.
He was rocking, and then he wasn't rocking.
The dang
anymore.
chair was too comfortable. I'm not even joking. The chair was too comfortable, and like, dude, I was in bed by 7:45 last night. Mm-hmm. 7:45. So it gets like 9:30. I'm already dozing off. I'm dead serious.
Mm-hmm. So, do you be on your phone though, or you just like when you get home you just cut?
No, he thinks about fighting 6 guys at one time.
Honestly, I've been falling asleep a lot faster when I'm not on my phone.
When you're not on it?
Yeah, when I'm not on it.
Of course, because it's a dopamine rush from your phone, so it wakes you up. And the screen, blue light wakes you up.
Am I the only one that's a little bit excited about the TikTok ban just because I'm addicted to the thing so bad?
I have a question. What is the TikTok ban?
Basically, if it's owned, I think what I'm hearing is if it's owned by China, like we don't want any part of it. So there was a rush to sort of sell it to a U.S. company, and that didn't happen, or has not happened yet. And it's the 19th is like the cutoff date. I think the concern is national security and spying.
So what's gonna happen if it?
It's just gonna be you won't be able to. From what I'm understanding, if you have it on your phone, it can stay there. But if you delete the app and then try to get it back, you won't be able to get it back. But then if you keep the app, you can't get an update. There will be no updates, and then the app will just get crappier and crappier, and then you won't be able to use it. Like, I don't think it's just we're gonna wake up and it's just gonna be disappeared.
A lot of people was losing a lot of money.
Yeah, I didn't mean to switch the scenario or the conversation
I'm
to
glad you said that
TikTok,
because people are talking about it.
but no, I find myself in bed like I have subconsciously altered my routine. I worked on a computer last night till like 10:30 just doing stuff, and then I had to think about it, but like subconsciously I was like, all right, man, well, let me get in bed and jump on TikTok for a little while and then go to sleep. And I was like thinking, why couldn't I just go, all right, let's go to sleep?
Yeah.
But I made it a part of my routine to be like, I need another hour for just TikTok surfing. Yeah. And I'm like, maybe the ban is a good thing for me, just a personal.
I just got off social media. I deleted mine. Like, I just have the sharpening sword and the Academy one, but I don't scroll those for some reason. I just don't.
Yeah.
You know? And so I got off social media. TikTok's the only thing that's left. And I just post on these. Like, I post and I'm out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw the thing that makes TikTok like so addicting that it's as addicting as gambling. Like the pulling the lever.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much people keep scrolling till they find something that gets them a high. Then they start looking for another high.
Yep.
Then another high. And so your brain just gets addicted because it's chasing the next high. And that's why it's that strong. And it makes sense when they compare it to gambling. Because I'm like, how can those people just be there losing money. When I do that, I'm counting the money. I'm like, fudge, man, this is not fun. But the people just pulling the lever, are just looking for the high or just pressing the button. Where's the next high? When is the next high?
That's the best comparison I think I've ever heard to it, because I'll scroll, I'll see something, makes me laugh my head off, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna send that to, and I like have people that I send it to. I'm gonna send that, and then I'm like, well, let me find something else funny, and then I was like, oh, that was funny. Let me send that, and then I'll watch 2 or 3 that don't make me laugh at all. But instead of going, all right, it's time to, I'm like, I gotta find another funny one, you know. So that's a perfect way to compare that to gambling. I'm not a gambler, but when he said that, I was like, I think I'm a TikTok gambler.
They do be funny as hell.
Yeah. No, I like them.
What else we got, Gia?
Oh, I got one more. Let's see. Oh, this is me personally, right? So let's say if your friend doesn't mess with somebody, right? Like they don't like this person, right? They have an op. Does that automatically become your op too, or are you and that?
This one up?
Yes. Are you and that person, or are you and that your friend's op? Are you on neutral ground, right? You're like, well, that's not my op, so we're in neutral ground. Do you think that's disloyal, or you think that's just maturity? As an adult, you're giving them a chance because they haven't done you wrong.
Right. I think that would probably be my stance. But if somebody like Mo or anybody at this table would say, I don't like so-and-so, I would go, all right, why? Like, and then if you tell me and I download it and I go, all right, that tracks. Like, I mean, I trust you. I trust what you guys say about it. So I don't like the dude either, but I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, hey, I don't like you. But I have done that. I've had people say, I don't like him. And I go, well, why? What did he do? Or what did she do? And then they tell, and I'm like, well, it's not that big a deal, man. Like, just have a conversation. Talk that shit out.
Me, if like one of my friends, they don't fuck with somebody, like, bro, me and you can't be friends. Like, if I'm friends with my friend's enemy, I think that's just me being trashy, you know? Like, if he got beef with somebody, I'm like, Fudgy, I don't even know that motherfucker. He might be a good dude. I don't like him. You know, if he just says, I don't like him, I'm like, I don't like him either, you know? Because I don't know, I'll be pissed off. One time I was working on my uncle, right? And me and this one, like, old white guy old white guy was rude to me, right? Disrespectful to me. And then next you know, we went to another job site because they work for the same contractor. And then my uncle and that dude having a conversation. I'm like, what the fudge? I feel like whooping them both. I'm like, bro, you should never talk to him. Every time you see him, you should fudge in. Or if you want to talk to you, just be short with him. You know, that was me.
Yeah.
That was my ego talking. I'm like, bro, I don't think that's cool. You know.
I try to get my own opinions, I guess, but like people like you guys, again, I know and trust you guys, and if y'all say that somebody, I don't like them because of X, Y, Z, then I'm like, yeah, well then. But I just won't talk to the person. It's not like I'm gonna go out of my way to make them feel
That's
hated.
funny, because I have a situation where there's it's a girl that's involved. But if your homeboys, if I have information that the girl is trashy, but yet your homeboy is still talking to them, like, will you be mad at your homeboys, or no?
He's your friend. How is the girl's relationship in this situation? So like, who cares if he's talking to a trashy girl? That's up to him. But there has to be some missing information.
Yeah, is there something he doesn't know?
There's something missing that we don't know.
No, she was like talking shit about that person, and then I found out, and then I told the guys about it, but they still talking to her.
But is she talking about the guys that you told, or a different guy?
A different guy.
That's
that one of the homeboys.
Like, what did she say?
Why does
I mean, it depends. If she's like,
she was just talking shit. That was it.
Like, he ugly?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I guess that's petty. I think so.
Would you be friends with the guy, right? He has a girlfriend, and his girl got an OnlyFans, and he's cool with that. Would you be friends with that person?
Me personally, no. I'm not.
And is that considered judging?
I don't judge nobody. Like I said before.
This guy.
Who am I to judge anybody? I can't judge nobody, right? That's only for one person to judge. But what I'm saying is, I don't think my friends are gonna be like that. the ones that I know, the very few that I have, I mean, they're all
Yeah.
older people married. They're all older married men. Okay, so for me, I'm not gonna be around that because I feel like that would leak into my life. So I don't want to be around it because I don't want it to leak into my life. I feel like that's like young man stuff, and if you're around it, then it's gonna come up to you.
Do you think that's morally corrupt? That's why you don't hang out with those persons?
Me personally, yes. I think that's wrong. I think there's like he has no. This is me. I hope guys that I don't know anybody personally that is in this situation. I don't think you're a man. You know what I mean? And if I don't think you're a man, why am I hanging out with you?
For knowing
A
that,
respectable man.
your woman's engaging in these activities.
Yeah.
This is the yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it says a lot about your character.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I say like I'm against this, but my actions are showing something, right? Something else. Why would you want to hang out with me, right? So I need my actions and my morals and everything to align, for us to kind of be on the same page. But if I'm not for it, I'm not gonna hang out with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that can lead to, for all we know, she sent me a link.
Sure.
Being honest with
Well,
you.
sure.
Or her friends send me a link. Something's gonna happen. I promise you, something's gonna happen in that situation. Or for some reason, out of nowhere, his goofy tail looks and like, oh, have you seen my girl's OnlyFans? Or you've been looking at my girl's OnlyFans? Joe goofy tail, who cares? Every dude in the United States has seen it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a good point. I trained with a guy that I was close with that, like he was a Marine. He's a smaller guy. He's about your size. Marine, well put.
guy.
Well, I meant like. I meant like he's
small.
I meant like small in stature, but also like well put together.
Don't
I wasn't talking crap
No.
about him, not at all.
what is that? What is the syndrome called?
No, you're
I don't remember.
no
There's another name for it.
body dysmorphia. Is
No,
that
there's another. It's like it's short man syndrome, but there's another term for it.
The short man syndrome.
No, I don't know.
I don't
Short
know.
king.
I don't know.
Short
but-
king. No, it's not.
Short King. Well, he was a Marine, and I liked him a lot. He was a straight dude, but we were sitting there at a bar drinking, and I hung out with his wife all the time too. They were always together, and they were always around us. And then he just talks about them being swingers one day, just out of nowhere. And I was like, yeah, they find other couples and they do stuff with.
Okay.
And
Like swapping.
well, they do it all together. And so apparently there's like a bar in Jackson where this is like a special that's for that, and they would go and
Wait, Jackson.
Tennessee,
Oh.
and they would go like,
Like Jackson, Tennessee, or Mississippi?
yeah, no,
Baytag is the one
it's like I'm going east. No, they.
He's still Marines. Well, he's still in, or he out?
No, he's out. I think I learned later that he was kicked out of the Marines. So I don't know how you get how that happens.
Probably
but-
one of those situations in the Marine.
Well, anyway,
So how do you act?
Yeah. So anyway, I just kind of like for real, and he's like, yeah, and I said, and you're okay with that? And he was like, we've met some really good people over the years, and in my head, I was thinking, somebody in this scenario doesn't want to be in this situation, and I think it's him. You know what I mean? And so I just totally changed how I thought about the dude after that, because I'm like, he wants to stay with his wife. So he's going along with this. She's the one that wants to go out there and engage in those behaviors, and he's just going along because he doesn't want to get a divorce with her. And it just totally. It's not that if I see him, I say hey, I hug him, all that, but I'm not like trying to hang out like that. Because then I'm wondering why she's hanging out with us all the time. And now
because you start thinking that shit that she's gonna come on to you. Probably.
Every conversation we ever had, she's talked to me this close
Exactly.
to my face, and I'm like, wait, were they trying to like lure me in? You know?
We found somebody. Yeah. No, but for me, like, I'm not gonna judge you. Everybody does their own thing, right? 25 years, some crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I'm not gonna be a friend to that, because I personally believe you are who you hang out with. But also, how many times have you been friends with somebody and their drama has leaked over to you? You know what I mean? And so I think somehow something's gonna happen that's gonna get you involved, and it's gonna be a big mess. I think it's gonna be a very big mess.
I think
Yeah.
I don't think that's a deal. I don't think that's a deal breaker for me and a friend. If you into some kinky stuff, you into some kinky stuff, right? As long as I only judge if they allow that to leak it into others, right? So I can still be friends with you, but the moment that your drama's leaking to me or whatever, we're done. So for me to be a good friend, I keep my shit together. I don't let my friends get involved into my shit unless we're at the level where I need some help. You back me up. However, if I keep my shit together, that's me being a good friend that I'm not gonna leak anything happen. So I can be into like drinking, going out to clubs. If I get into some shit, I'm not gonna call Mo and I'm not gonna call Gio because I put myself in this situation. So I need to handle it. I'm not gonna put my friends in jeopardy, risking their career, right? And that's just me being a good friend. You know,
But most
that's
people
what I
don't
look
think
for.
that. Most people don't think that way.
Yeah, that's what I look into, look for, right? So if you have I'm trying to make you understand.
Intelligent.
I'm trying to make you understand that maybe people can have different things and different bites in life or whatever.
And they
Enjoyment.
can.
Right?
Look. You go
But-
do that stuff. I don't care, right? I told you. They just don't get don't make me look like a fool. If you're with me, that's it. But like other things to a greater level, I see where you come from, and I agree with everything you said. To a greater level is I'm not gonna get involved with it. That's a good question that Gio asked. I mean, if your girl's on OnlyFans, it says a lot about you, and I don't like.
I mean, what if you're into that though?
I want to
Like,
be.
hell yeah, because a lot of people are like, this is my trophy wife. This is yeah. You can see my girl, but I know you ain't gonna be able to touch her. Some men have that emotional
Heck
control.
no.
I personally say I'm not able to do that, but a lot of people, not a lot, but some men are able to do that. And I'm just like, damn, bro, good on you. But for me, your ass better get covered up.
I get it what you're saying, but I think also it says a lot about the guy. Like for me personally, I want to be around men. I want to be around strong guys. Okay.
Well, don't you?
Strong moral, strong character. Because I feel like you are who you hang out with. I still stand to that point.
Well, what to say that he's not morally strong or anything like that, right? Maybe your values, your perspective of like a woman, maybe your perspective of a respectable woman is like cover up, be modest. But for him, like, hey, this is my wife. Yeah, she's showing.
She ain't just showing fool.
Okay,
She's
my bad.
selling on all.
Now you're kind of using her as a marketing tool at that
Right.
point. You know what I mean? Like I have a.
Well, we didn't clarify what she's doing on OnlyFans. If she like sleeping with other guys and stuff.
Well, I mean,
We don't know what she's doing.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That
I know.
OnlyFans.
if that's the case, then never
Bro,
mind. I take all that back.
No, I know a guy.
But
from,
if
I-
she,
You know what OnlyFans is today, bro? It's a glorified porn. That's all it is.
you know, it wasn't supposed to be that. at
No, it
first.
wasn't.
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like content creating. It's supposed to
Okay.
be
Like
it's
cook,
supposed to be-
like you could do a cooking.
Yeah, you
OnlyFans
can do
or
sell your feet.
do martial arts class. Like you could sell
Yeah.
classes on there.
Yeah,
That-
and I feel like we should do that. You know,
But I went to high school with a guy that married a girl I went to high school with, and she was like goody two shoes, modest, all that stuff. And now he like advertises on his social media, like go check out my wife on OnlyFans, and I'm just like, bro.
That's it's a tough thing, man. But like, I hate to say it, but do you want to be friends with that?
I'm not
Like,
friends
What
with
does that? What does that say about that guy? Do you think that guy? I mean, it's pretty harsh.
He does own mattress stores too.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Damn. It's harsh, you know. But like, it says a lot about his morals and character. Which means when his morals and character is time for to be around you, what are they gonna be like?
Mm.
And what is she gonna be like?
It's true.
That's the thing you gotta think about. What is she gonna be like?
you are asking for unwelcome like stuff. Like you're gonna ask for like friends who's gonna start sleep with your girl and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's say this. Let's say you had this girl, right? It's your girlfriend. You're not married yet. And her ex dies.
He loves it. He's taking this with him.
Gio,
Right.
drama queen today.
And she cries. Is that an instant breakup?
Hold on.
Her ex died, right? She got the news.
I don't think so.
What?
You can still care about a person even.
Her ex died and she cries, right? She's bawling out in the
I'm
living
gonna
room.
drop her like a hot potato.
Is that an instant breakup, or
Gee.
you're like, oh, that's just
I want to hear
human?
Nate.
Or you gonna say that's just human?
I'm just
Nate,
saying.
dude, Nate is like
He's like a very control.
he's mature, but like beyond level. Like, but he also been in a relationship, had a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I've been through a lot. And I'm also like 10 years older than both. Well, you're 28, so you're a little bit closer. But no, I just think
I
that
thought you were in 20s.
I'll be 37 in May.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. No, I think that
I'm 29, Nate.
I think if my son's mother passed away, regardless, like I haven't spoke to her in years, but I think I'd be upset if that happened. One, for my son, my son would be upset, and that would upset me. And two, just like I've known her since kindergarten. I've known her as a human. Yeah, we didn't work out and things didn't go our way as far as a relationship, but that doesn't mean we break up. I don't care about you anymore. Now there are some people like that I have dated or talked to that I have no emotional connection to, and if I woke up tomorrow and they had passed away, I'd probably be like, dang, that sucks, and then go, oh well, I got to cut my grass. So
yeah,
I think Gio's coming from a point of like a man, because the man, it can go back to the man's pride and ego. Like you crying over another man,
Exactly.
right? But Gio's Mexican too. No disrespect to Americans, right? That to being honest, no disrespect to Americans. I think like because our culture is like that too. Like we're very protective of our women. Like it's pride and honor, right? And so like who
I gotta ask my parents that.
Like, fudge? You know what I mean? Like you kind of think like what? Like there's a couple of things like think about it this way. This is the way we think of our women. Like back in the day, a long time ago, like there's a story on this guy. His wife was riding a horse, right? I'm gonna show you how much prideful we are in our woman. His wife was riding a horse. He was riding a horse, and they got off the horses. Similar story to this, right? The body warmth is still on the horse, on the saddle. He would not let another guy get on the saddle because the warmth of his wife's body is still on the saddle. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty extreme.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a poetry thing, But the point is, like for us, is like you don't want Arabs are pretty protective about their women, pretty extreme, to be honest. And it's like, do you want to hear that? Like crying over another man? You know what I mean? This is just me.
Yeah.
Me personally, no.
What if a Muslim woman who was married started training jiu-jitsu?
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it does.
There was one that got a black belt a few months ago.
But she's getting the warmth from all kinds of men's bodies in that class.
Yeah, the truth is, most Muslim women, not all, they don't train with guys.
Okay.
They only solely train with women.
That was just a curious question I had.
Now, obviously, it's 2025 is different. I'm just talking about this is thousands of years ago. There's like a poetry thing,
Okay.
It was talking about how the man cares for the woman to the point of like where like you came in, huh? You can't even feel her body warmth.
Sure.
That's how much they wanted to protect their woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's another one that said, it was a warrior. He said, I'd rather taste death than someone see my woman. You know what I mean? So for me, like, obviously, I see these OnlyFans is like,
right.
This is the way I look at it. It's like, I'd rather taste death than someone see the body of my woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can definitely see that.
So that's why like Arab culture, even Mexican culture.
I think American culture used to be that way.
It used to be, and that's the messed up part about it, because people would say like Arabs are crazy, or they say Muslims, right? They say Muslims. If you look at old America, man, like the woman was covered from here, from her neck, to her ankle.
Skirts go to the ankle.
To her wrist.
Yeah.
With like the flower that comes over her hand. Mm-hmm. That was old America, and so time has changed it, or whoever you want to put as they have changed it, and so it makes everybody else seem extreme.
Yeah.
But that's how old America was, man. Like, and it's sad to see that. And guess what? There was Americans that felt the same way about that, but now it's become so normal. It's like, oh, if she's on OnlyFans, who cares?
I don't think it'll ever go back to that, but I think the tides are sort of turning the other way here in this country with just things that have transpired over the past couple of years. You know, I think that there is a shift happening.
Bring back modest.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll happen.
I think there's a shift, but it's not big enough.
It may be, but see, I know nothing bad about anybody affected by the fires in LA, but I think a lot of those liberals over there have gone, oh, the government's not here to help me. They're giving me $770 in my, $1.5 million house burned down, and that's all I'm getting. And then I think things are shifting in that people want to go back to the conservative ways. Mm-hmm. So might not happen in my lifetime. Might be the next, but
yeah. What do y'all think?
I think if she fucking crying, she gotta go. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, bro, she crying over a man. Like, I'm right there. Like, what the heck? She's still connected.
You cry for your ex?
No, but like, man, that's tragic. But damn, oh well, that's just life. You know?
Yeah, I'm not crying over my ex.
I would assume I wouldn't
feel
cry.
Sad, but
Sad. You can't even feel sad, bro. You just gotta feel bad, and that's it.
We got any more topics?
I had one more. Let me see.
Let's do one last one. We're gonna do one last one. We're gonna wrap it up, guys.
All right.
let's get a juicy one. Big Mac juicy.
They've all been about death and.
Bro, it's a weird one that we had today.
Let's see. Okay, what's worse? This is a relationship, right?
Gio's on a relationship. more.
But ChatGPT give me all the relationships. Now this is one interesting. This one, which one do you think is worse? Let's say a hypothetical partner in a hypothetical world, because it won't happen to us. It was worse. Your wife like emotionally cheated, right? Your girl, let's say you're just a girl. Meaning she fell in love with somebody else, but didn't do like no physical anything. Nothing physical, no touch, nothing, but she fell in love. Or she physically cheated, right? But there was like no emotions. Guess just like, let's say she just had like a high sex drive, like men, right? She like just wanted to get that out, right?
This is the relation. This is sharpen your. This is sharpen your relationship
My man
podcast.
said, hey, she want to get it out. She got a high drive. Hell no.
I just say that,
I'm
right?
dropping my hot potato either way.
No, which one is worse though? Which one do you think is
Both.
worse? No,
Both.
one. Which one is worse? She fall in love, or she just physically cheated? She's just like, oh, that was just like a body I used. It's just a toy. Nothing to it.
Damn, G.
Damn,
Damn, listen.
I'd put her in Squid Game.
Listen, this is the problem, again, in this country. People are like, damn, why you keep talking about this country? It's just reality. With everything evolving with news, TV, iPhones, social media, OnlyFans, corn, like all this stuff, right? The way the dating scene is, the dating scene is not dating. It's not old traditional ways. It's you meet up, I like you, we hook up, get in love, have feelings, move on, do repeat. Sometimes you fall with the right person, right? So the truth is, a lot of these people, most of these people, have already probably fell in love with somebody. They're emotionally already cheated on it. Most of these girls. You think a girl goes to 25 years old with never falling in love for somebody in this country?
Or have somebody that if they text them and say, hey, let's work this out, they'll go psh to you, you know?
You know what I mean? You think no girl goes, or a guy goes to 20, 25, whatever it is, and not like somebody? Mm. So she already emotionally cheated on you, right? That's a given, in my opinion. Here, it's a given.
So if they find someone else attractive, that's cheating.
You ask me, like me personally, yes. Me. And now people are going to say Mo's extreme.
Well,
People are going to say that. But that's the way I look at it.
but why would she say it out loud? I'm sure it happens. She just doesn't say, I find that dude attractive over there.
Imagine if you saw a girl and you said, damn, she got a fat, your girl going to lose it. Right?
Yeah.
That's a double standard for sure.
I
You know?
think
So
we need to accept human nature.
So the emotional cheat has already happened. So now you got to decide.
Which one's worse?
Obviously, you know which one's worse.
Which one?
Which one do you think is worse?
Bro, it's obviously physical. Anytime, like physical is that's the scary thing about it anyway. Like I said, it's already given that most people already fell in love. Will probably still like somebody. That's guaranteed. Okay? They probably have a hint of likeness towards somebody. But physical, I don't think you can beat that, bro. That's like an automatic X. Just cut. I don't think there's no question about that.
But I mean, if you're
You guys are asking me a question like I'm like crazy looking at me.
No,
right now.
no. We're just hearing you out.
I mean, I'm just trying to pick up a brain a little bit.
Well, so the first scenario was the girl was in love with the person and cheated, and then the second one is
What if she's just in love? She hasn't done anything physically, right?
she's in love with another dude.
Yeah.
Well, then what are you doing here with me? You know, I'd cut that off, and then any cheating is an automatic cutoff. So it's an X both ways. I don't see how you come back from that. If she doesn't want you to do
But that's what I
it.
said.
What is
I said
worse?
it's an X. I said
worse?
for me it's an X regardless.
What would you have it? What would you rather have?
Listen,
To be, if you're getting cheated on, what would have it been? Physically
don't
or
talk
emotionally?
about me getting cheated on. I ain't talking about that.
Honestly,
I'm not putting this in a-
I'd rather Fudgy get
Not
cheated
you,
on.
but like
Oh, you rather get
hypothetical
cheated on
questions,
which
bro.
way?
I'd say Fudgy, and I think emotionally.
You rather get emotionally cheated on than physically?
Hell yeah, 'cause then if she got cheated emotionally, like, I mean, physically, like, it's gonna be running in your head and be like, damn, Fudgy.
Bro, physical.
don't know,
listen,
man.
Did you suck it? You know? Like, that shit going.
Which one it hurts?
It's
more
gonna
on your
torment
pride,
you.
though? Which one hurt more on your pride? Like, I'm a shitty person. She doesn't even love me. She fell in love with another guy, but she loved me, but she. Damn, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe emotional is worse. It's not. No, physical is worse.
It's not a fair conversation, really.
Jesus. So, do you guys think there's no way you can ever reconcile after cheating? Like, there's no scenario where you can get back.
I mean, I did it once, and then she cheated again, and then a third time, and then I left. You know what I mean? So it's like they do it the one time. If they are presented with the opportunity to do it again and again and again, they're gonna do it. So, and you could be that guy that just tries to stay on top of her and follow her, put Life 360 on her phone, and you know, be a psycho, or you can just go find somebody that won't do that to you.
Yeah, I agree.
I always for me personally, this might be off topic, it might not be, but I look for effort. I'll stop texting, not like playing games or anything, but like I'll just sort of back off. If that person that continuously tries to talk to you and wants to be engaged with you and, you know, see you and talk to you, then I'm like, all right, because especially with the dating apps, like you can swipe on another one. Oh, that one looks better. Oh, that one looks, you know, and if they don't text back, then I'll move on too.
Let's say you have a very distant cousin, right? Very, very distant cousin. He comes to you like, Muhammad, I need advice. Like, my girl cheated on me. He was like, but she bawling her eyes out. She's crying. She says she's going to make it work. And I want to give it a chance. What do you say?
You asking the wrong guy.
Like, should they
You
get?
know my answer. Like, there is no comeback. This is a red line. Like, this is it.
What is a human mistake?
Cheating is texting. Cheating is talking. Cheating is going out. Touching is just automatically is cheating anyway. But there's no what if in that. Texting, talking. You know, whatever it is, chit chat. That's all cheating. Get the hell out. It's just that simple. So you asking the wrong guy. Cheating is cheating. Bottom line. And they try to change cheating these days to like
Cheating
only
is not-
physical.
Texting is not cheating.
That's
bro.
cheating. Texting another dude, that's cheating. Simple.
Your workers texted your wife like, hey, I needed this paper.
My wife ain't working with no homies. She ain't working with no dude. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
I fix that situation
You
easy.
guys are something else.
And talking about work, like strictly work, hey, whatever this is, that's work. But to have an ongoing conversation about random shit, like what you do today, that's cheating.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's harsh. I am loyal to that point. I expect the same thing in return.
One text, boom, gone, dead.
Gone. Not dead. Damn, why are you talking about dead?
No, like the relationship's
He
dead.
said boom dead too.
He being racist. No, like that's texting. I'm telling you, like it's harsh, but I know the reality, and Nate knows. You know the reality of today's dating scene.
Yeah.
Who does not know what the reality of dating scene is?
Let's say,
What's the song? These hoes ain't loyal.
yeah.
It's that simple.
Let's say they just catch one of your texts, right? You don't think you deserve a second chance?
You ain't gonna catch me texting.
So with the same standards, you're gonna apply it to you too?
Yes.
No texting any girl.
Nope.
Any girl.
Nope.
That's crazy.
What if, let's say, like,
Why is that crazy? If you want something out of somebody, you gotta do it too, in my opinion.
what if you made like a girl giggle, right? And your wife's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You
A girl
fucking
gonna do that-
cheating.
A wife gonna do that anyway.
So that just contradicts.
But I
you
ain't
as
gonna
a
make no
coach.
girl.
What is she
You gonna
like?
step
You
down as a
cheating.
coach?
I'm not, huh?
You gonna step down as a coach?
No, that's professional. I'm professional and personal.
I just said if your wife is working with somebody.
Yeah, but I have to work. My wife doesn't have to work.
But you just said if you want to apply your to her, you gotta do the same thing.
Okay, I'm negating that. But if that's the case, yeah, text the damn gym phone. I don't even text my personal phone anyway.
He sure as hell. He don't even text me.
I think it's cheating. That's it. Simple as that. Like, it is harsh, but what you want in life, you have to do it yourself first. It's that simple. If you don't want your lady giggling with the homies, with guys, you better not be giggling with girls.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want your lady texting guys, checking out, or having guy friends, you better not have girlfriends. You don't want your girl going out with guys to a movie, even if it's her coworkers. Don't go out with your coworkers to a movie.
Heck no.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are acting like this is extreme. Back in old America, this was normal. It was a husband and wife. She's with her husband. She ain't with no other dude. She ain't putting energy into another dude. This is just effed up stuff that's happening in this country as of the last 30, 40, 50 years, and people have normalized it. It's not normal. Now, you sound crazy when I say what I just said, because that's not normal no more. But it's the difference. It's principle is principle.
That's not principle, bro.
Yeah, it is, bro.
No, it's not.
So it's okay for you to go talk to girls.
No, I know. But
How do you feel? How do you feel? Okay, how do you feel if you're?
Yes, I'm okay to go talk to like, hey, what you doing and all that stuff. I have no intent. I have no ill intent over nothing. I'm not interested in anything. That's principle. Principle is that you have your own values that you're not gonna cheat.
The devil never gets in the way.
Huh? The devil
Never gets in the way.
Yes.
You ain't gonna
That's
get a
the
random.
situation.
You don't think that girl gonna get some feeling for you and send you a booty pic?
Hell no. You act like I'm a texter every day. I'm not saying that I'm a texter every day.
Don't matter.
But your intense, your extreme point of view is like.
It's not extreme.
I'm not texting nobody.
I'm not.
That's cap, bro. You done that.
It's not. If I'm in a serious relationship, and you're talking about personal and work,
You're saying
personal and work is two different things. I have to work. I have no choice. Now, if I'm talking to people for the hell of it from my work, no, that's effed up. If I'm in a serious relationship, okay, I'm not texting. I'm not calling. I'm not hanging out with you. I'm not going to work out with you. It's just that simple. Am I crazy for that?
Let's say like a girl follow you, right, and you follow her back.
I'm not following her back.
But is that cheating?
If you start talking, yeah, I think so.
No, but the follow back is not cheating.
Here's the thing. That can be iffy, right? That can be very extreme, right?
Well, you run a business.
I run a business. So it's me on a business page. My personal page, I'm not following. So many people in the last 2-3 months have followed me, but not followed back. I have not. I personally have not. That's me. People may say like, damn, this dude is crazy. But if you're going to talk about loyalty, I'm going to try to take it to a black belt level of loyalty.
Yeah. So follow back cheating or no cheating?
It can be looked at as cheating. Now, are you going to call it cheating?
Shit, I wouldn't like it. I don't know what to say. It's cheating, but I'll be like, I don't like it.
What if you go to like a girl you're dating's Instagram and like click on the followers and it's like dude heavy. Like she has almost 0 girlfriends. It's all
Fudge, no. That's a red flag, man.
You should know that vibe before you date her, but.
right.
I think that's an X.
Yeah, that's something you stay away from.
Social media is a big killer, man, of all this stuff.
Yeah. I
agree.
don't mind accepting a friend request from somebody I knew from high school. Like, oh heck, and that way there's no line of communication there. I just can see what you're up to, and you can see what I'm up to. There's no messaging going back and forth. But if I'm in a relationship, I'm not answering anything.
What do y'all think? You think that's cheating, Ben? Ben is lit, bro.
Ben gets mad every time we get on here.
That's not a liberal.
He tried to
thing.
call me extreme.
I didn't call you extreme.
You call it to me?
I was like,
extreme.
that's pretty extreme. The scenario that you said, that's pretty extreme. I didn't say you are extreme.
Which specific scenario?
No texting or nothing. One glance, that's cheating. Come on, bro, come on.
Bro, that's what I think. I just think that way. Am I wrong? G, what do you think?
Yeah, man, you're not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just that's how you real it.
That's just how I am. I am gonna
I'm
be
fine
what
with
I expect to receive.
You're not wrong for that. You know, you act the way you want. You treat people the way you want to be treated.
That's why I brought up the scenario of like, are you gonna cut up all the? You ain't gonna talk to anybody at the gym.
That's different. Work is different. Work is different. If I'm talking for the heck of it, yeah, that's cheating. That's a problem if you're in a relationship. I tell you right now, that's a problem if you're in a relationship. If you're talking, just talk. Now, if he's like, hey, do we have class today? Yeah. Gi, no gi. Gi. Okay, we have a tournament. Can I get some information on the tournament? When is the tournament? That's normal business stuff. But for having an ongoing...
How's that business? To tournaments and gi?
It's jiu-jitsu related. Ongoing conversation is what we're talking about. Correct?
Like, how was your day?
Yeah. Who the hell? Why are you asking how's your day?
I get what you're saying.
If you're married and some dude, you look over. Put this scenario. 7:30 in the morning, you wake up. Phone like this, right? On the nightstand next to you. Her phone's next to you. She receives a text 7:35 in the morning. Good morning, or how's your day? Or hope you have a good day. What are you gonna think? You guys normal?
I think like in that.
Why you quiet?
No, that's not normal.
Okay then. That's it. You answer the question.
But you're saying no. From what I understand, from what you're saying, you're not allowed to talk to anybody. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to. Unless I know them like as family. Like family or my wife's family, okay. But friends, I don't believe in girl and boy friends. Like boys can be friends with girls and girls can be. That's me. I don't believe that. I think there's room for error when that happens.
I think, I mean, I agree with that.
And if you're willing for the risk, because we talk about risk, like the level of risk,
yeah.
If you're fine with that, be my guest.
I think I agree. I agree with what you're saying from my side of it, just because if a guy is messaging somebody I'm with and the girl's like, well, we're just friends, I'm in my head going, yeah, but he don't think that, because I know what, like, I don't like,
you know what guys want.
That's what I'm saying.
Guys want tail. That's
yeah, and I don't text married people or people that are in a relationship with other people. What I'm saying, when I'm messaging a girl, it ain't to like, let's just be best friends for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So the girl might think, oh, well, we're just friends. And I'm thinking, I know better than that. Yeah. And so that's where that's where I start agreeing with you on that one. And the whole good morning, how's your day? I hope you have a good day. We all know where that's going. Like from a guy's perspective, because we are men and we know what we're trying to fucking snake our way in there.
And it's the same way if a girl texts you first thing in the morning. What do you like if she's taking her time to text you good morning, what are you thinking?
And I'm in a relationship and it says on my social media that I'm in a relationship.
Yeah. You know? What does she want?
Yeah.
It's obvious. Now everybody, to each their own. You know what I mean?
And that's such another weird phenomenon that only happens when you're in a relationship.
It's a random text.
I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, like if I'm not in one, my DMs would be dry. I get in one and everybody's ping, ping, ping.
That's not the case for me, but.
Well, I had to threaten to tell. This was recent. I had to threaten to tell a girl's husband. Like I was like, "Hey, I'm not trying to be no snitch, but if you keep on, I'm gonna let him know." Because I was in a relationship and I didn't want this person bombarding me, but I also didn't want to create drama. So I wrote her back. I said, "I'm giving you one more chance. You send me another risque text message like this, and everybody gonna know."
Everybody gonna know.
Jesus.
No, that's good, man. I think we had good topics today. I like everybody's input. Nate, it's always good having you on.
Yes, sir.
We had a little level-headedness today with Nate on here.
I'm like Big John McCarthy. I'm a referee.
Good podcast.
The original UFC referee. Sorry.
You good? We don't know nothing about fighting. It's a good podcast, guys. I enjoyed it. It was fun, guys. Let us know what you guys think about everything. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I don't know how we got to this subject today. Gio's ChatGPT kind of locked in on relationships and stuff like that today. He must have been looking a lot of stuff about that.
Sharpen your relationship podcast.
ChatGPT is like hearing a lot of arguments.
Yeah. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Episode 36 of the podcast, Roundtable. Like, share, comment. Let us know what you guys think, and share it to your friends so we can grow this podcast. And like always, sharpen your sword so you can get sharper every day and get better for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for your country. All right? Peace out.